like the video.
Derapy.
First track should be great. It's supposed to set the tone for the album, should let you know what kind of energy to expect. And I'm personally in the camp that believes the intro track should actually be a full song, not just an instrumental or just somebody yapping. So let's see what type of timing Kendrick's on.
Yesterday somebody whacked out my mural. That energy'll make you niggas move to Europe. But it's regular for me, yeah, that's for sure. The love and hate is definite without a cure. All this talk is bitch made, that's on my lord. I kill them all before I let them kill my joy. I done been through it all, what you endure. It used to be fuck that nigga, but now it's plural.
So this song's title alludes to a mural that was made of Kendrick on the exterior of a Honduras restaurant in Compton. A video of it was posted in July, so this is something that Kendrick just wrote about in the past couple months. This mural of Kendrick was vandalized, and it was tagged with some, dare I say, gang shit. His eyes were crossed out in the mural, which some may see as a threat.
I would see that as a threat.
Some are me.
It's me too.
While Kendrick has never been in a gang, he's talked about being surrounded by gang activity when he was younger. And the first lines we hear from Kendrick in this album are a really good tone setter, in my opinion, because he's saying things that are dead serious, but it still kind of makes me laugh. He's like, they whacked out my mural. That energy will make some of y'all move to Europe. He's talking about me.
You're soft.
If somebody puts up like an artistic piece of me, of Derapy or whatever, the logo for my show or me or whatever, I'm going to try not to compare myself to Kendrick too much here. But what I'm saying is, if somebody were to whack out my mural, cross out, like decapitate the heads from the Derapy logo, I'd be like, oh, this is a problem. I should probably leave. Like, dude, I'm out of here. But Kendrick says that this is regular for him. And then he talks about how a lot of the talk is bitch made. And he'll kill them all before he lets them kill his joy. Now, I think it's much more likely here he's referring to somebody like Drake or other artists trying to take his joy. I don't think he's like welcoming violence from gang members that are threatening him. I don't believe that's the case. I do appreciate the line, it used to be fuck that nigga, but now it's plural. It's plural, you see. There are multiple people that I am saying,
Fuck off, Mr. Roy.
to. I think that this is one of those rare instances on the album where he is directly referring to Drake. His issue was initially with him, but when the war starts, you know, people take sides, and his hate is branching out to his primary opposition circle. This, by the way, does not sound like the Kendrick from the last album. This is not very Mr. Morale, in my opinion.
Fuck that nigga, but now it's plural. Fuck everybody that's on my body. My blick first, then God got me. I watch them pander with them backhanded compliments. Put their head on the Cuban link as a monument. I pay homage and I'll always mind my business. I made the...
My theory is Kendrick said something here in that blank space that would encourage somebody to potentially take legal action towards him. And I think that he may have found out that there was like a defamation case towards the label based off of something that he said in a different song. And he was like, just to be safe, I'm not going to put anything here. I'll just let people use their imagination. Also, I really do appreciate how on the surface, one could see the line, my blick first, then God got me, as if God is going to protect Kendrick from some type of consequences for using a firearm. I think it's kind of more of him alluding to, I'll take care of myself, and then whatever happens afterwards, I know at the end of my life, you know, God's going to take care of me because I am a man of faith. I am a man of God. I don't think he's out here like, I'm going to just do what I want with this 9, and then whatever happens is in God's hands.
I never lost who I am for a rap image. There's motivation if you wonder how I did it. Yeah, nigga, going up your rank. Know you a god even when they say you ain't. Yeah, nigga, keep your feelings out the way. Never let no one put smut up on your name. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do. But understand, everybody ain't go like you. Yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you been lied to. A couple rules of engagements, I'ma guide you.
This beat is hard, by the way. It sounds like somebody that is preparing to go to battle. And despite it being like Kendrick's fight night, it feels like he's still trying to inspire others by saying go and up your rank, know you a god even when they say you ain't. I think the juxtaposition of keep your feelings out the way and then don't let them put smut on your name is kind of interesting advice, because it's like, don't take it personally, but also don't let it slide. I rock with that. That's kind of cool. That's definitely an interesting line to toe, and I feel like Kendrick is an expert in that, as somebody that just came out of the rap beef of the century. Putting your head down and working is nice because it's like a subtle reminder that this album had essentially no rollout or promo, no real lead single, just a super short video with a snippet that's not even on this project. And after this, we get a short interlude, and then the beat drops, and this man really starts going in. And this is just the intro, by the way.
Riding in my GNX with Anita Baker in the tape deck. It's gonna be a sweet love. Fuck apologies, I wanna see y'all geeked up. Don't acknowledge me, then maybe we can say it's fair. Take it to the internet and I'ma take it there. Miss my Uncle Lemaine, he said that he would kill me if I didn't make it. Now I'm possessed by a spirit and they can't take it. Used to bump the Carter 3, I held my rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though.
I feel like those two words are super slept on. I love how he says the most controversial line of the song. In hindsight, it's what people were talking about the most. And then he's just like, yeah, but anyways. And I have to take a minute to talk about this because Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper growing up. Kendrick just won the rap beef of the century. He's selected to play the biggest event of the year. And someone he looked up to is just whining about it. And I was wrong also initially because I thought that Kendrick wouldn't really care that Lil Wayne didn't congratulate him or Lil Wayne was complaining about it.
Psych!
Yeah.
Psych!
I was wrong. Kendrick clearly cares. He took note because Kendrick is just a person. He's a person that idolized another person. He looked up to them, and that person is now upset that Kendrick was given something that they wanted, and that's lame. It's just lame. It's not lame that Lil Wayne is upset that he's not getting to do the Super Bowl and somebody else is, but it is lame that like he's publicly complaining about it. Like, I would not let that clip release. I would not let that go public, let that be live. Like, it's just a bad look for Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne would continue to cry after hearing this line and having people talk about it. He's like, oh, y'all don't want to wake the beast. You know, it's all love, but you know, don't wake the monster. I'm like, dude, stop. It wasn't even a diss, by the way. Kendrick's not mad.
He's not mad.
He's just disappointed.
He's just disappointed.
Whatever, though. Kendrick mentions the GNX, which is a reference to the 1987 Buick Grand National.
What is
GNX? It's a Buick.
Oh, it's a car.
It's a car.
Oh, okay.
He posted photos of the car in March, and he made an Anita Baker reference, whose name was dropped also at the beginning of this verse. Kendrick also sends out a warning, or rather a promise, basically saying that if you take it to the internet, I'm going to take it there. Like, the response will match the initial attack. And we have evidence of this. I have no complaints about this song so far. It's hard. It's fire. I'm just having a great time. It's a really, really strong opening track.
Wayne down, whatever though. Call me crazy, everybody questionable. Turn me to an Eskimo. I drew the line in decimals. Snoop posted tailor made. I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go. Won a Super Bowl and I'm the only one. Congratulate me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad they shown their faces. Quite frankly, plenty artists, but they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite. This is not for lyricists. I swear it's not the sentiments. Fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel this shit. Old soul, bitch, I probably built them pyramids. Ducking strays when I rap battled in the Nickersons. Where you from? Not where I'm from. We all indigenous. Against all lies, I squabbled up for them dividends. Against all lies, I showed up as a gentleman. I done lost plenty friends, 16 to be specific. Put that on my kids' children. We gon' see the future first. They like that big trip, and I just want what I deserve. What bridge they done burned? All of them is over with. I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it.
Funniest bit here is obviously Kendrick saying that he saw Snoop repost Drake's tailor-made freestyle, Drake's horribly aged diss, where he raps with an AI voice filter as Tupac and Snoop to diss Kendrick. Saying these words out loud don't even feel real. Like, and what's crazy, it wasn't even like a terrible idea to begin with.
Are you sure about that?
But similarly to Family Matters, it aged terribly solely as a Kendrick diss. It's also the song where Drake, with a Tupac voice filter, invites Kendrick to call him out for liking young girls and then sues about it later when Kendrick calls him out for young girls. That's crazy, but
Whatever though.
But Snoop actually did the right thing. He's like, ha ha ha, it was the edibles. I love you, Kendrick. You're great. West Coast, West Side, represent whatever. I don't know if he said all that. The point is, he responded the right way instead of taking it personally, like one Lil Louisiana. Kendrick says that Nas reached out to him over the Super Bowl, which is very sweet. Kendrick appreciates that those showing love and those who are showing hate are showing their faces. You don't get a lot of that these days on the internet. Kendrick then says he's not impressed by certain outdated artists with old flows. I'm personally going to assume that this is taking a shot at Drake or Wayne. You all let me know who else he could possibly be referring to. I also love the fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel the shit. And boy, oh boy, does he mean that. He is not here on this album, at least for a lot of it, to wow you with, lyrical, miracle, T-Pab, crazy entendres, stuff like that. He just wants you to feel it, embrace the bangers, embrace the... He then finishes the verse by saying he's burned the bridges, it's over with. Then he says they'll never get over it. You get it?
Yeah.
Like the bridges he's burned. So
they can't get over them.
You can't get over.
I get it.
I get it!
He's rapping. Then we get the hook and we reach our final verse.
Niggas from my city couldn't entertain no boy. Promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin. I never piece it up, that shit don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. If that money got in the hands of a crash dummy, could jeopardize my family and burden the ones who love me. Niggas mad cause I decided not to pretend. Y'all stay politically correct, I'ma do what I did.
More Drake references here. This is probably the track with the most. I feel like whenever he talks about money getting in the wrong hands, he's probably referring to people around him being offered money for information on him during the beef. Kendrick also says he has no interest in a truce, which makes sense, but is also certainly a choice. Not very Mr. Morale of you to say, just fuck him for life. But also, man them came for Faminat, so I get you, big man. I also like how he says that he's not interested in being PC. He's going to do what he did, which kind of reminds me of that line from Not Like Us when he said, infamously, I'm going to do my stuff. I love that line. Actually, I love all the lines from Not Like Us. You know what? Not Like Us is probably going to win Song of the Year. The song has no holes, no flaws. It's basically a perfect song, but that's besides the point. But anyways, this is all kind of funny.
No sympathy here, this shit's hilarious. It's a lot of opinions, but no power to carry it. 2025, they still moving on some scary shit. Tell them quit they job and pay the real niggas they severance. Don't insult my intelligence, I'm not just for the television. Teleport the bullets rolling, dig up all my relatives. Okay, nigga, let's settle it. These niggas been fake loyal. Since y'all pandering to choose a side, let me do it for you. Okay, fuck your hip-hop. I watch the party just die. Niggas cackling about... While all of y'all is on trial. Niggas thought that I was antisocial when I stayed inside of my house. You better off to having one woman, everything tricky right now.
Ain't no sympathy here. This shit's hilarious. Is a slept on line. Some people like to mourn an artist when they're being publicly destroyed or humiliated. Kendrick just finds it kind of funny. Now, what's not quite as funny is a couple lines later, he said, niggas cackling about, and then there's like a blank space. And I'm pretty sure he's referring to some of the stuff that Diddy was accused of that starts with a P. And this, I kind of share this sentiment when the story about the whatever bajillion bottles of baby oil drop. Like me from a few years ago would probably do like 8 to 12 minutes on how funny that story is. But today it's actually not that funny. Like, of course, it is an absurd thing to think about, but the freak-offs are not actually that comical when you really think about what they actually are and what's actually happening there. Kendrick agrees. Y'all are laughing about these allegations. Meanwhile, people are actually going on trial for, the most heinous shit imaginable.
Right now, you niggas live in the now. Ain't fuck anybody empathetic to the other side, I vow. A bitch nigga love bitch niggas, they exist with them in style. Exterminate them right now, make Cat Williams and them proud. The truth about to get loud. No juices out of my cup, I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman that's law. I know probably gonna work for them, and fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that coon and niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them. You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceeded to pour water in it, pulled over by the law. You ran dirty so you can't argue with them to make it to be be a star. Bear your soul and put your heart up in it. Well, I did. Whack the murals out, but it ain't no legends if my legend ends.
You better off to have one woman, everything tricky right now. Agreed. Big monogamy guy over here. Love my wife.
Oh, brother.
Some people, myself included, are like, just because you're cool with somebody I don't like doesn't mean I don't like you. Kendrick does not believe in this at all. He said, fuck anybody that is even empathetic towards the other side. Like, if you even feel bad for the ops, Kendrick is like, fuck you, get away from me. I love the Cat Williams shout out. Andrew Schultz is getting flamed for mocking black women on his stupid podcast, and the black dudes who enabled it also get clowned. These are good things. This song is fantastic. It ain't no legends if my legend ends is such a tough way to end the song. Would I say that I enjoy it more than Wesley's Theory? Probably not, but I am feeling like the strongest 9 on this song. It's a nearly perfect song.
9.
Great instrumental, great progression of the instrumental. I feel like more and more is added throughout the songs, and it ends on a high note. Great bars, sets the tone well for the rest of the album. We are 17 minutes into the show, and I've only talked about one song.
More like 16.
So that is why we're splitting this album review into multiple parts. Let's go ahead and quickly move on to our second track, fan favorite, We Found the Broccoli, Squabble Up.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, and her my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
When I hear music, it makes me dance. Expect this at the parties, the shindigs, the graduations, the celebrations. Certified bop, borderline instant classic.
Now, when he says broccoli, does he mean money or marijuana?
We do not care.
Hey, shout out Mike Tomlin, by the way.
Keep a Horn on Me, that Kamasi is a reference to the saxophonist Kamasi Washington. They actually played the saxophone on the song You. You guys have heard of that song, You, off to Pimp a Butterfly.
My bad, wrong episode.
But yeah, the song is super fun, super hip. We're not going to go line by line as much. We're mainly just going to highlight my favorite bits. Luckily, that's most of the song.
A yeet nigga couldn't try me in a tri-state. Buddy pass, but I get him splashed till he hydrated. Bounce out, know he spook town, eyes dilated. I got the money and the power, both gyrating. I feel good, get the fuck out my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walked in, walked out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the prize.
I just really appreciate songs that always have me like quoting very specific lines whenever I hear the song. Like, I feel good, get the fuck out my bed. Every single time, I cannot help myself. I try to play this music in the car with my wife, and she's like, I can't hear the lyrics when you're singing them all. All right, bro, can I just have a good time? Also, can I just mention the fact that, I don't know about you guys, I've never heard a beat like this. It's so funky and weird, but also like upbeat and hip, and it feels experimental, but it also sounds familiar. It's hard to explain. Can you explain what's up with this beat? Like, why is it so cool? Also, in the meantime, have you ever met somebody that looks good but doesn't have taste? It's kind of hard to explain, but if you know, you know. You know?
It's like looking like Zendaya, but dressing like JoJo Siwa.
What the fuck? I got hits, I got bucks, I got new paper cuts, I got friends, I got foes, but they all sitting ducks. Hit his turf and get cracking, double back like a deluxe. 50 deep, but it ain't deep enough. Fuck a plea, there you go, beat him up. Falling from a money tree, and it grew throughout the month. Spit a loogie at the camera, speed it off, yeah, it's us.
Loogies are gross, by the way.
Yuck.
I love that we get some non-confrontational, relatively inconsequential rhymes from Kenny on a boppy West Coast joint. I got hits, I got bucks, I got new paper cuts, I got friends, I got foes, but they all sit in ducks. It's fun. It's light. He also says double back like a deluxe, which has some of you theorists out here saying, he's dropping more. Guys, this is it. Just embrace it. Also, fuck a plea, there we go, beat him up is just a wild line. It's wild. We're going to skip the chorus, and we're going to hit this post-chorus. This isn't the only time on this project that Kendrick has decided to not overthink a hook and just repeat a line. Some people's hooks are boring or they overstay their welcome. Sometimes it's repeated just enough, and the delivery is in a fun way on a fun track, and it just works, and you just accept it.
Let me know what the pass. Squabble up, 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 squabble up. Hold up, where you from? My bitch, I'm finna go dumb. Sideways, bunk skunk, fever. I'm on one.
You know Drake has a song called I'm on One.
Bro, we don't care.
The stomping and the chanting and the dance breaks in the song make it so much fun. Is the type of song you could play for somebody that's never really listened to Kendrick and expect them to enjoy it. That's generally how I know a song is great, when it transcends the artist and the genre. I love that. I also think that this is a song that we could add to the list of songs that would go crazy at halftime of the big game. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a song that I could never see myself skipping. Let's go ahead and finish up with the third verse.
Funk, baby, rockin' it. Quid pro quo, what you want, cause I'm watching it. Broke on the floor, let me know if you clockin' it. Brody won't go, but I know that he poppin' it. It was wolf tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down, young, these some whole other politics. Bitch with him and some bitch in him, that's a lot of bitch. Don't hit him, he got kids with him, my apologies. Ghetto child, here was Blackie Miles with the Smirnoff. He high, we outside, war they about to kill him off. Blaps on blaps, it's a fact, this a brick or all. Tell me why the fuck you niggas rap if it's fictional. Tell me why the fuck you niggas fed if you criminal. Hey, Dot, can I get a drop? I'm like, nigga, nah. H-Bone Coon from the west side to Senegal. It's a full moon, let the wolves out, I've been a dog. I feel good, get the fuck out my face. Look good, but she don't got no.
The first half of this third verse is just fodder for dance. The longer it goes on, however, the more controversial. Not really. The more confrontational it gets, rather. I would say, to be fair, that some of these bars could be subtle Drake shots, wolf tickets. I'm just reading what I wrote here, and it's just funny to say out loud. Bitch with him and some bitch in him. That's a lot of bitch. That's just kind of funny, with or without context. I enjoy that. Yeehaw, we outside. What are you about to kill him out? I just the simultaneous ferocity and silliness of the delivery is just inspiring. It's a full moon. Let the wolves out. I've been a dog is just a tough way to end the verse there. Then we have the chorus, and once again, Kendrick is inviting anybody to squabble up to round out the song. Another phenomenal track. If you have problems with the first two tracks here, I think it's possible that you're the problem. The standard for Kendrick, however, is extremely high. So the only reason that this isn't a 10 is because there are bangers that are even more fun to me on this album. But we'll get to that at a later time. While it's not as layered as the last track, it makes up for that with Good Times. Another strong 9. I feel like it's kind of on the same level as Whacked Out Murals to me. Just my Whacked Out Murals to me. Just my opinion. Let's get into Luther, a song that has grown on me a lot in the past week.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. Fire.
Soundwave, Jack Antonoff, Kamasi Washington, and others that worked on this song. Bravo. I just clap it up. This song is called Luther because, amongst other things, there's a Luther Vandross sample. My mom used to listen to him a lot when I was growing up, so hearing him pop up here was just crazy to me. It just kind of overwhelmed me with nostalgia. Also that fa that has just been stuck in my head for days, nonstop. The writing from the start of this song is awesome. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, spoilers alert, I love this track. It's awesome.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. This a bop, do your dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world concrete, flower flowers grow. Heartache, she only doing what she know. Weekends, get it popping on the low. Better days coming for sure. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody's no sympathy. I'll take away the pain, I'll give you everything. I just wanna see when, wanna see if this world.
Just looking for a place to pause this is hard. I'm really over here just vibing. SZA, her contribution here is perfect. The way Luther's sample just flows perfectly into the next passage is just flawless. The songwriting is awesome. Best melodic rap song, Grammy next year. Already give it to him. Submit it right now. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give these no bodies, no sympathy. I'd take away the pain. I'd give you everything. I just want to see you win. Want to see. The performance is pretty. The lyrics are inspired. I'm in love with this song. I think it's perfect. I don't want to say it's underrated because I think most people understand it by now, but like it's just beautiful. And I'm just shocked at how well Kendrick and SZA sound together. And speaking of,
this world will matter when you ride it. Doors slow, maybe you will stop, strike pose, and I'm with you. Everything goes. Come and put that on my soul. Bobby, clown, wrist, froze, check down on the way home. This world, concrete flowers grow. Heartache, she only doing what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure.
Dude, why am I tearing up right now? So like, usually when I listen to music, like I'm generally wearing my AirPods. I put on like kind of like my special podcast audio recording headphones when I listen to this, and like listening to, dude, the harmonies here are just so impressive. It's not like Kendrick has a ton of range. Like he has a bunch of different vocal registers he can tap into, but like the way that he kind of delivers this like very like low like tenor sound, and the way that it just kind of meshes with SZA's voice is just perfect to me. And then when she's singing without him and she can really just riff the way that she wants to with the instruments in the background, like it's just, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, so the chorus sounds even better the second time, even though I kind of cut it in the middle. Let's listen to the third verse just to see how the song kind of wraps up. But like it just brings me so much joy to know that SZA is going to be going on tour with Kendrick, because they have multiple songs together now, and so many of them just sound so good. It's very rare that you find a rapper and a singer that just like mesh really well this way, especially like a male and a female artist with like a super just plutonic and good professional working relationship. If there are other examples of instances where a male rapper and a female R&B artist come together and just make multiple smashes together, could you guys leave that in the comments? I'd love to hear more examples of this. Let's hear how this song ends.
This world, I can't lie, I trust you, I love you, I won't waste your time, I turn it off, just so I can turn you on, I'ma make you say it loud, I'm not even tripping, I won't stress you out, I might even settle down for you, I'ma show you, I'm a pro, I'ma take my time and turn it off, just so I can turn you on, baby, weekends, get it poppin' on the low, better days coming for sure, I know you're coming for it.
This song, in my opinion, is a perfect song. It's a 10. It's our first 10 on the album.
10.
I am a sucker for melodic rap. It's my favorite kind of subgenre of a genre that's already kind of my favorite, if that makes sense. I think this is literally what I would show someone if they wanted a peak example. If somebody was like, what do you mean you like melodic rap? I'd be like, boom, Luther. This is the peak. And it's crazy because this wasn't my favorite song upon first listen, but now I'm really over here like, damn, there were multiple points while I was recording this where I just wanted to stop doing the show and just listen to this song in its entirety, because it feels like a crime to stop this song in the middle and just talk about all the elements of it that I like. But yeah. This album starts with 3 incredible songs, in my opinion. 2 songs that are damn near perfect, and one that is, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10 song. Let me know which of these three is your favorite, if any grew on you, and also let me know what I missed, because obviously I missed a bunch. This is not the Dissect Podcast. This is not any other show that's trying to get to the bottom of every single sample and break down every single lyric. I'm just out here trying to have fun. This is a more chilled, relaxed, vibe-based show where we talk about what I like, and I ask you what you like or don't like about this thing, and we kind of work through it together. Man at the Garden was produced by Soundwave, Jack Antonoff, Imtech, Craig Balmorris, and Tyler Reese. This song, when I first heard it, I thought it was going to be like really sad. Not like you sad, but I thought it'd have like a darker message based on the low tone of it and like the rain going in the background. But let's give it a listen together because I was wrong.
Twice emotional stability, a sound body and tranquility. I deserve it all. Like minds and less enemies. Stock investments, more entities. I deserve it all. VVS's white diamonds, GNX with the seat back reclining. Bitch, I deserve it all. Put my homes on a beachfront. Flying private, what you eat for lunch. I deserve it all.
First thoughts hearing this, I was like, I need to be reciting this as I stare in the mirror each morning. Like, I need to be bumping this while I'm doing push-ups every time I wake up and just not stop doing push-ups until I collapse from exhaustion or the song ends. It really has that mantra feel to it. Say this before you go to war.
I deserve it all. The respect and the accolades. Lamping on the island watching Castaway. I deserve it all. For every good nigga that passed away, send 2.5 million on the average day. I deserve it all. Keep my name by the world leaders. Keep my crowds loud inside a beast. I deserve it all. More money, more power, more freedom. Everything heaven allowed us. Bitch, I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I deserve it all.
This isn't very humble of you, Mr. Kendrick. Oh, brother. But I love it. Kendrick generally comes off as like a grateful, low-key, spiritual, lyrical dude. I'm happy to be here. I love my family. I'm satisfied with my success. Nah, man. VVS, White Diamonds, GNX with a seat back reclining. I deserve it all. I like how Kendrick introduces being braggadocious in a very distinct way, very low-key, not loud, but with background harmonies and rainfall. Some would say, I have so much money, I could buy your whole neighborhood.
Why?
I could steal the women in your family. Huh? I have a house on my wrist.
I like that one.
Kendrick is like more money, more power, more freedom. Everything heaven allowed us. Bitch! It's refreshing. I like it.
Cause my intentions was pure. Even when you wasn't sure, even with every allure. How much temptation you endured. You probably look for every cure. I said I deserve it all. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. 6 miles a day, conditioning my wind. I said I deserve it all. I'm showing up as your friend, telling truths better than your next of kin. I said I deserve it all.
It's entirely possible the first two lines of this verse could be attributed to some rap beef. Kendrick claims his intentions were pure even when we weren't sure. Which is nice to hear him talk about. With songs like Meet the Grams where he tells Dennis Graham that he raised a horrible fucking person, it's fair that some people might be like, bro, what exactly is this about? When he's telling LeBron James and Steph Curry to keep their kids away from the Canadian, like some people might be like, bro, is it really that deep? Correct! Also, bro, why is Kendrick up at 6 a.m. running 6 miles? Bro's training for a fucking triathlon or something. What is truly good? But this just shows that he's a disciplined man. He also talks about how he thinks he's a pretty good friend. He's showing up for you as a friend. I believe that. With the amount of people that he put on with the Pop-Out show and this album, I tend to lean towards Kendrick being the type of guy that'll put you on, you know?
I said I deserve it all. I never asked for too much credit, seeking validation just for the aesthetics. Bitch, I deserve it all. I see you as a human first, even when you didn't understand your worth. Bitch, I deserve it all. It's innate to mind my business, writing words, trying to elevate these children. That's why I deserve it all. Pray for those who prayed against me. Every reason why my ancestors sent me. Bitch, I deserve it all.
At this point while listening, it occurred to me that the message is solid. I enjoy the sound of the song, but there's something a little there's a little something missing to me. It's a little bit stagnant. I don't need like crazy entendres or flow switches all the time, but I was looking forward to some progression with the instrumental or some type of change in delivery from Kendrick at this point. He says that he's not looking for credit or validation. He generally minds his business and prays for those who pray against him.
Sure, bud, sure.
Our next chorus is a repeat of the last time we heard it, and here is our final verse.
Put a smile on my mama. Good health and good karma, yeah, she deserves it all. 100 murals out in Compton. Remember me, I kept my promise, yeah, we deserve it all. A better life for my daughter, made my son take it further than his father, yeah, he deserves it all. A close relationship with God, whisper to me every time I close my eyes. He say, you deserve it all.
Kendrick turns his attention towards people closer to him. He's putting a smile on his mom's face. He believes that good health and good karma correlate. I like the 100 murals out in Compton line because it lends to the idea that he'll always have more supporters than haters. Can't say that about everyone these days.
Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list.
Kendrick speaks on his son and daughter, and he hopes his son continues his legacy while both maintain a close relationship with God. Really beautiful stuff here.
Keep these bitch niggas away from me. Keep all my blessings faithfully. Keep my essence contagious. That's okay with me. I burn this bitch down. Don't you play with me and stay with me. I'm crashing out right now. No one's safe with me. I did it with integrity and niggas still try hate on me. Just wait and see. More blood be spilling. It's just paint to me. Dangerously. Nothing changed with me. Still got pain in me. Flip a coin. Want the shameless me or the famous me? How annoying does it angers me to know the lames can speak on the origins of the game I breathe? That's the same to me. It's important. I deserve it all because it's mine. Tell me why you think you deserve the greatest of all time, motherfucker.
Now listen.
It's a podcast?
The way this song ends is magnificent. Kendrick is talking about who he does it for and why he does it. He talks about his mom and his kids. He talks the work he's putting in, his character, his faith, what motivates. He alludes to the beef, but more importantly, his greater purpose. He expresses frustration with the fact that lames can speak on his name. He ends the song by asking those who challenge him, what makes you the GOAT? Why are you better than me? And it's a very fair, serious, rhetorical question he's asking. It's a very good song in my opinion. I love the big crescendo towards the back end of it, but personally for me, it comes a little bit late. Most of the song is very mellow and low key. To end it with this huge proclamation was almost jarring to me the first time. It made me feel like I was missing some of the song. So call me crazy if you want, but it's just my opinion. This song is a light 8.
8.
To me.
8.
It has purpose, it has good energy, but the energy comes a little bit too late for me. I gotta keep it real. Very good song, but the bar is set very, very high. And speaking of the bar being high.
Damn, baby. I like it. Damn.
There are a lot of moments on the album that stick with me, but one that I did not expect was,
damn, baby.
Every time I hear this song and I'm with my wife, I just give her the craziest look while he's saying it. I just can't help it.
Damn, baby.
But you can already tell by the way that the beat is almost creeping up on you that it's gonna bump. So let's just get to it.
Damn. Hey now, say now, I'm all up on my end. Big face Buddha, get my peace from within. Sending kites to all my dirties in the pen. Let the honorary walk for the win, for the win. You crash out, then you better break the backboard. I got friends hoping that they make the tabloids. You know the last one figure, he was Magneto. You play God, you gon' get what you asked for.
Getting what you ask for is a phrase I've been using a lot lately.
They're eating the dogs.
I never skip this song from the damn baby to the hey now, say now, all about my yen. Big face, but I got my beats right there.
Boy, if you don't
You crash out, then you better break the backboard is a slept on line also. Like if you're going to pull up, if you're going to pop out, you need to end the game with a real power move, a real flex. The way Shaq would destroy a backboard with a powerful dunk, just completely ending the contest. I just feel like that's a great metaphor. Also, the Magneto line is slept on. Drake's producer, Boy Wonder, actually posted a picture of Magneto to his Instagram story right before Drake posted Family Matters. Also, Magneto is known as an antagonist who is basically invincible. Kendrick is like, no, you are not invincible. And we all witnessed it.
We got the same 24, what you mad for? I put a square on his back like I'm Jack Dorsey. It's high beams if I make a public appearance. Go back to hiding cause I'm not too friendly with niggas. 1 1000, 2 1004. therapeutic flow. Put a few hundred up, let them go, let them go. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
We got the same 24. What you mad for is a great line. Like, we all have the same amount of time each day. You can't be mad that you took an L. Kendrick once again mentions Drake and or J. Cole by saying he strangled a goat, which is a crazy thing to say in the same line. You call yourself the Black Noah.
You see, Noah from the Bible, he wrangled goats, but Kendrick, he strangles them.
That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
We get a pretty chill hook from Kenny with the hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. He repeats the yin and peace from within bit. Then we get a second verse with significantly more energy.
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now, I done slid on a back street, heavy on the Parmesan, everyday tax season. What the fuck you wearing, bro? It's tacky. Niggas laying on their deathbed trying to match me. Oh my god, I'm about to do the fool. They be screaming out P, but they resume is boof. Switch both lanes, the engine sound like the zoo. Need a fee just to breathe, bitch. I can talk to you. It's the Ben Frank murderer, Mr. I ain't heard of ya. Gar strings back to back, flying through the turbulence. Who is he? Free lunch, craft services. Throw your ass out this rental if I smell nervousness. Hey now, say now, let me pop my shit. Water down my wrist, I'm around my bitch. It's a green light, don't get out of bounds, I'm a blitz. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's all blue strips, nigga. Wow.
One thing I love about artists like Tyler the Creator, for example, no two verses sound the same generally. Unlike Man at the Garden, the energy in this song intensifies as the beat goes to another level.
Oh my god, about to do the fool. They be screaming out P, but they resume is boo.
This is once again Kendrick taking up for Pharrell. I can't believe I missed that Piece by Piece movie in theaters, by the way. Y'all let me know if that's out on streaming or whatever. I'm acting like I can't just Google it. But let me know if you saw Piece by Piece, by the way. It's this movie with Pharrell where he talks about like his coming up in music and the artists that inspired him and artists that he helped. Whatever. I'm sure it's a great movie. I just missed it. The engine sounding like a zoo is pretty funny to me. Kendrick also once referred to the ops as a free throw. He's now referring to them as free lunch.
Yes.
It's a green light because he's on go mode.
Yes.
He says don't get out of bounds, like don't get out of pocket when you're talking about me.
Yes.
He says he'll blitz, continuing with the football metaphor, to show his aggression towards his opposition. Wow! The flow is great. The energy is great. The delivery is great. The lyrics match the tone of the track. It's a great song. We're glazing. It's glazing hour.
Nah, bro, really doing flips on it, bro.
Next, we get the Hey Now chorus, and then, in my humble opinion, one of the hypest moments on the album.
Hey now, say now.
I'm way too important. I'm way too important. I'm way too important to ever let you slide on me again.
Starting to see spaceships on Rosecrans. I seen the aliens hold hands. They wanna see me do my dance. I let them watch me do my dance.
Top 5 bridge from Kendrick, in my opinion. Another line I can't help but holler when I hear it. I'm way too important.
Way too important.
To ever let you slide on me again.
Ever.
No round twos. The game is over. Then we get Kendrick's interpolation of Fabo's line from Scotty, starting to see spaceships on Bankhead. Kendrick says he's seeing spaceships on Rosecrans. Pretty cool how instead of, just running to Atlanta to get artists on his song, he honors them in his own way with his own fresh take on an iconic line with one of his own. Then we get, in my opinion, one of the better features on this album.
Who the fuck I feel like? I feel like Joker. Harley Quinn up in the cut with a blower.
Ice shit get spooky 8 day in October. My torpedo even jumped out on smokers.
She mean mugging niggas dirty too important. If they talk about playing ball, me and my team gon' get the scoring.
If they talk about playing ball, they can take it up with Jordan. It's ball heads in the heckler for all endorsements.
Itty bitty mighty mom tryna tag a nigga toe. I'm aggressive on the beat and real life, niggas know. Hey, I tied it up my body at a pin level 4. Hey, I sharpened up a knife and came home to a blow. My bitch can get to tweaking like she playing with her nose. Lil' brody bout to crash, my young niggas be on go. I'm a different type of trophy, baby girl, I'm rose gold. Me and Doc get the slide and put him in the chokehold.
Now, I did not know who this man was before this album, but the way he just slid on this song felt very appropriate to me. Like, it just kind of ties in perfectly with the sound that we're already getting. It's not like it's very jarring reveal. I feel like the energy is good, and Sorry, I was reading the lyrics and I just remembered how Kendrick says, "Hey, shit gets spooky every day in October." Dude, the way he delivers some of these lines are just so fun to me.
Bitches acting like some niggas acting like some hoes. Hey, I jumped out that pen, then I jumped up in the ghost. I'm the hottest topic, nigga. See my face, then he froze. All that shit he was talking, found out he not that bold. Okay, this shit like 40, that's a double. Okay, let's add it up. Baby ass fat, can you do it? Can you back it up? Kick flip a nigga, I got tech decks. And it ain't shit for me to call to get your chin checked. Tell him Dodie did that.
I love this song. I never skip it. Beat is fun and bassy and progressive. The feature shines and doesn't overstay its welcome. Kendrick has a solid verse, then an even better verse. The chemistry between him and Dodie, I'm just assuming I said that right, it's great. I love the hook. I love the bridge. It's like one of my favorite moments from the whole album. It would be insulting to not say it. Like, I have literally no complaints about the song. I have to do it. It's what I feel to be true. It's a 10.
10.
It's a 10, in my opinion. It's a perfect song.
10.
What do you want from me besides my true feelings?
10. 10. 10. 10. 10.
Now, the last song we have here today, many people believe is also a perfect song, but we'll see. I'll be the judge. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's kind of a heavy one, so here's a quick word from my editor.
Editor Derek here. You know what I'm gonna say.
Like the video.
Also, can you stretch, please? You've been in the same position
For 46 minutes.
What are you doing? Also, lastly, text somebody you care about and say, you know what? I've decided I'm way too important to let them slide on me again. I just can't let it happen. Okay, back to the show. Here's Reincarnated.
Que reflejan tu mirada, la noche tú y yo.
The translation of the intro from Spanish to English is as follows. That reflects your gaze, the night, you and I. This appears to be a continuation of the Spanish intro heard at the beginning of Out Murals. In English, I feel your presence here, last night, and we start to cry.
I got this fire burning in me from within. Concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin. Every day a new version of me, a third of me demented, cemented in pain, juggling the pros and cons of fame. I don't know how to make friends, I'm a lonely soul. I recollect this isolation, I was 4 years old. Truth be told, I've been battling myself, trying to navigate the rhythms fake, cynical about the judgment day. I did past life progression last year and it fucked me up. Reincarnated on this earth for 100 plus. Body after body, lesson after lesson. Let's take it back to Michigan in 1947.
Oh shit, he's talking to someone else.
I couldn't be the only one that was listening to this for the first time. I'm just sitting here like bobbing my head to this Tupac sample. I'm listening to him do what's like arguably a impeccable Tupac impression. And then all of a sudden I hear, let's take it back to Michigan 1947. And I'm like, hey, yo, wait, hold the phone. The consensus seems to be that it's a high possibility he's taking on the character of John Lee Hooker, who was a legendary blues guitarist and spent a formative time in his career in Detroit during the 40s. He also ran away from his home as a teenager. So we have to look at this verse through that lens of this character, which I think is appropriate because the song's called, you know. Oh, also, I just really like the way he delivers the line, I don't know how to make friends, I'm a lonely soul. That shit makes me laugh. I don't think it's supposed to be funny. It makes me laugh every time. I'm sorry.
In 1947, my father kicked me out the house cause I wouldn't listen to him. I didn't care about his influence, only loved what I was doing. Gifted as a musician, I play guitar on the grand level. The most talented where I'm from, but I had to rebel. And so I'm off in the sunset, searching for my place in the world. With my guitar up on my hip, that's the story unfurled. I found myself with a pocket full of money and a whole lot of respect. While the record business loved me, I was head of rhythm and blues. The women that fell to their feet, so many to choose. But I manipulated power as I lied to the masses. Died with my money, gluttony was too attractive. Reincarnated.
I love this song. The way Kendrick respectfully shares the story of another artist and then slowly transitions into describing how he relates to said artist is really remarkable to listen to. He also low-key alludes to, the evils of Lucy, misusing the influence. You know about that.
I know.
And he ends the tale by saying he died with his money because the gluttony was too attractive and basically growls reincarnated. Then we get this lovely passage of just instruments before we get to our next verse, which many believe to be a reference to Billie Holiday.
another life and placed me as a black woman in the chitlin circuit. Seductive vocalist as the promoter hit the curtains. My voice was angelic straight from heaven, the crowd sobbed. A musical genius, what the articles emphasize. Had everything I wanted, but I couldn't escape addiction. Heroin needles had me in fetal position, restricted. Turned on my family, I went wherever cameras be. Cocaine, no private planes for my insanity. Self-indulge, discipline never been my sentiments. I needed drugs. To me, an 8-ball was like penicillin, fuck love. My happiness was in that brown sugar. Sex and melodies gave me hope when nobody's looking. My first assistant was a small town scholar. Never did a quaalude till I got myself around her. My daddy looked the other way, he saw sin in me. I died with syringes pinched in me. Reincarnated.
The instruments added on the back end of this verse really add to the emotion of the delivery. After the first verse, where Kendrick describes a life where influence was misused and this character still dies with money in his account, he goes on to describe a situation where a woman succumbs to addiction. They're blessed with incredible talent, but they can't help but be susceptible to addiction because of the trauma they endured. Billie Holiday, for example, had a pretty awful childhood. She was a victim of various kinds of abuse. Despite this, they became a legendary artist, but still fell victim to drug use in the end. It's also worth mentioning that in the first and second verse, the father is mentioned. First verse, father kicked me out. Second verse, daddy looked the other way, saw sin in me. Kendrick likely identifies with these people because he also had his own daddy issues, so to speak, that he talked about on Father Time on Mission Around the Big Steppers. Finally, we reach our last verse where Kendrick puts himself in the spotlight and also talks about a father figure.
My present life is Kendrick Lamar, a rapper looking at the lyrics to keep you in awe. The only factor I respected was raising the bar. My instincts sent material straight to the charts. My father kicked me out the house, I finally forgive him. I'm old enough to understand the way I was living. Ego and pride had me looking at him with resentment. I close my eyes hoping that I don't come off contentious.
So you all might be able to explain this. When he talks about being kicked out of the house, he could be talking about church, but I don't know if he's talking like literally, but I do know that throughout this verse, he's referring to father as, you know, the big guy upstairs. I don't think he's like literally talking to Father Duckworth throughout the verse.
Contentious. I'm yelling, Father, did I finally get it right? Everything I did was selfless. I spoke freely when the people needed me. I helped them. I didn't gloat, even told them no when the vultures came. Took control of my fleshly body when the money changed.
Son, you do well, but your heart is closed. I can tell residue that linger from your past creates itself.
Father, I'm not perfect. I got urges, but I hold them down.
But your pride has to die.
Okay, Father, show me how.
Tell me every deed that you done and what you do it for.
I kept 100 institutions paid.
Okay, tell me more.
I put 100 hoods on one stage.
Okay, tell me more.
I'm trying to push peace in LA.
But you love war.
No, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay, then tell me the truth.
Every individual is only a version of you. How can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart?
I could tell you where I'm going.
I could tell you who you are.
Okay, this is a lot. First of all, who is calling this a mixtape? Why isn't this good enough? Is the concept and execution not impressive enough to you? That's besides the point. Kendrick has scripted this conversation with our Father in Heaven, who's questioning Kendrick's motives. Kendrick claims he's been selfless and he didn't gloat, even though he was clearly winning in a landslide. God says, you're doing all right, but your heart is clearly closed. Kendrick says he has urges, but he holds them down. God says, tell me what you do and who you do it for. Kendrick says that, you know, I do charity. I had a little pop-out show, you know. I had the gangs ganging, you know, coming together, holding hands. God says, it's kind of ironic that you're trying to unite gangs, but you hate Drake. You hate everything about him and anyone like him. Now, whether this is about P. Drizzy or not, this exchange is fascinating. It kind of reminds me of the disputes that I have with my editor in my own show.
Bro, stop trying to give me work.
You have this version of yourself, this other voice, this conflicting thought, where you claim you have the best intentions, but you're reminded that you may have lost your way. Kendrick believes he's done well with his philanthropic efforts, putting people on, donating, have this feature on my album, pop out at the show, perform. God's like, nah, bro, you having way too much fun dancing on the op's grave. You're a hypocrite. It's fascinating, and it's really well executed.
I could tell you where I'm going.
I could tell you who you are. You fell out of heaven because you was anxious. Didn't like authority, only searched to be heinous. Isaiah 14 was the only thing that was prevalent.
That's crazy. So Isaiah 14 is actually the passage that's being referenced. It actually talks about the downfall of somebody who was once highly exalted and describes how pride led them to elevate themselves to the same level as God, which is crazy because Kendrick is literally playing God on the song And then God on the song is saying that you're trying to play God. What? The God that Kendrick is playing on this song also says, how can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart? Every individual is only a version of you. So whoever your enemy is, whoever you've been battling, whoever you've been beefing with, they're just another version of you. They're all God's children. Who are you to preach love and peace and forgiveness when you have legitimate hate in your heart?
I'm the biggest hypocrite in
2024.
My greatest music director was you. It was colors, it was pinks, it was reds, it was blues, it was harmony and motion. I sent you down to earth cause you was broken. Rehabilitation, not psychosis. But now we here now. Centuries you manipulated man with music. Embodied you as superstars to see how you moving. You came a long way from garnishing evilish views. And all I ever wanted from you was love and approval. I learned a lot, no more putting these people in fear. The more that word is diminished, the more it's not real. The more light that I can capture, the more I can feel. I'm using words for inspiration as an ideal. So can you promise that you won't take your gifts for granted?
I promise that I use my gifts to bring understanding.
For heavy man, woman, and child, how much can you vow?
I found my life just to live one in harmony now.
You crushed a lot of people, keeping their thoughts in captivity.
And I'm ashamed that I ever created that enemy.
And let's rejoice where we at.
I rewrote the devil's story just to take our power back. Reincarnated.
10.
Okay. So in these stories, God has granted these abilities, right? Musical talents to superstars in music. Isaiah 14 refers to the morning star, the fallen angel, Lucifer, okay? Stay with me now. Lucifer was this beautiful angel, probably one of God's favorites, but he was full of pride. He was a bit of a prick, right? He wanted to be like God for real, kind of like how Kendrick is trying to be like God for real. He's literally voicing God in the song. So God was like, hey, yo, you got to chill in the basement, little bro. Like, you doing way too much. But God still had love for him, right? So he's giving him multiple chances in Kendrick's story. So Lucifer is embodying these musicians on earth, right? These superstars. And homie from the first verse and Billie Holiday and now Kendrick. The first two, they blew it, right? But Kendrick, he's trying to do something a little different. But he's not entirely incapable of making the same mistakes. He's talked about it on Damn. He's talked about it on Mr. Morale. He can get too prideful. These people can be full of ego. They're gluttonous. In some cases, they're addicts. They fall victim to temptation and greed. But Kendrick thinks he's different, right? And that's why God is pressing him like he is in this third verse. What are you doing with this talent? What is truly your mission? I see you doing good, but what is all this, pal? Like, you acting up, right? You clowning on people, you dancing on them. So Kendrick claims towards the end of this track that he's rewriting the devil's story to take the power back. He vows to be better than those who came before them. The enemy may also be his inner me. That voice that says, fuck him up. I'm gonna do my stuff. Do bad things, right? Dance on them. Bury these bozos. Kendrick is vowing to use his gifts to bring understanding so others can live in harmony. This is way more than I am used to. It's more than I usually ever talk about. It's a 10. The song is crazy. The more you listen to it, the more you get it. If I didn't sit down and read the lyrics and look up some of the meanings, I would have been lost too. But now that I know everything that I need to, and I have somewhat of a theory on it, I'm like,
10.
This shit is art, dog. This is Pulitzer Prize winning stuff right here. But what's your favorite song of these three? Did I hate on Man at the Garden too much? Am I glazing a silly song like Hey Now way too much? Let me know. I appreciate you being here. This episode is not monetized. I am simply doing it because I just rock with y'all like that, and it just seems like a fun idea to do, fun little concept to execute. So if you really enjoy the show, if you like the content, please consider becoming a member for $1. You get exclusive posts, access to the Derapy Discord. Love you. Mean it. Enjoy the outro. New episode tomorrow.
Part 3.
Let's listen to it together and see what all the hype's about.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Fuck being rational. Give them what they asked for.
It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough.
I just want to get this out of the way. There's a few really small parts of this song where Kendrick is like, "Ay," and he says it so quietly, not so quietly that you can't hear it. It's just loud enough to where it's almost like somebody's just like in the background, like on the other side of the room, and he's just like, "Ay." And frankly, it's one of my favorite parts of the song. It comes right after he's like, "It's not enough." Ay. It's so subtle. It's so good. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Every time it comes up, it just makes me laugh.
It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G-Pad. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega, bitch. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a nigga gone. Need you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird niggas' hands, baby. Whoa!
There are mashups that exist where the Not Like Us lyrics are on this song's instrumental, or this song's lyrics are on the Not Like Us instrumental. It's Not Like Us Part 2, basically. It's like alternate universe Not Like Us with less Drake mentions. It's funny how certain fans of that artist would claim that Not Like Us was a smash solely because it's a diss. Yeah, Kendrick was like, okay, but also...
Guys, I have a problem. I can't stop.
The instrumental slaps. The chorus talks about how there are a few solid people...
That man did not say people.
...left, but that's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. This could be a jab at P. Drizzy. Just because you're bigger physically or have higher sales or a greater quantity of hits doesn't mean you're actually better. It doesn't matter. It's not enough. If this song dropped and was, a little more Drake-centric during the beef, I promise you it would have had the exact same impact, if not greater.
Turn this TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, what?
Is Kendrick Lamar okay?
Hey, what?
What is that?
Hey, what?
I just wanted to make sure that we all heard this.
Hey, what?
I don't think that he actually wrote this. I think that he just kind of lost it for a second. My brother blacked out.
You get involved. Hey, what? How many shit I seen? Send them all. Take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young nigga, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, black out if they act out. Yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate a bitch that's hating on a bitch, and they both hoes. I hate a nigga hating on them niggas, and they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Nigga feel like he entitled, cause he knew me since a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth, but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel, yelling. It's not enough.
Guys, no script needed. This is some of the funniest shit I've ever heard. This man said, I hate a... Mom, Dad, excuse me if you're listening. I'm going to say some bad words.
No.
Because I just feel like it's important to emphasize the humor here, the artistic endeavor that we're witnessing, okay? I hate a bitch that's hating on a bitch, and they both hoes. Have you all ever experienced anything like that? Have you ever had a homegirl that's talking about a homegirl like she's not the exact same type of homegirl? That shit's kind of embarrassing. I wouldn't let that shit happen to me. No, I don't say this very often, but I hate a nigga hating on them niggas, and they both broke. Have you ever spent time around a guy and he's hating on another guy and y'all are both on the same level? What is this?
What is that?
Make that make sense, please. Then we get people.
Say it.
Are feeling entitled because they've known me since I was a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off. If she don't see it how I see it, We're watching a master at work. I mean, this is just expert lyricism by one Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. The revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. I feel like when we talk about turning the TV off, turn his TV off, I don't know about you guys. Let me know. The first time I heard Turn His TV Off, I immediately thought about what Drake was going to be doing during the Super Bowl. Is he going to go out and ask if anybody wants snacks while he's out? Because obviously, this man's a degenerate gambler. He's usually going to be watching the big game. But then Drake announced that he's going to be on the other side of the planet while his arch nemesis is reaching great new heights. So I thought that this was a reference to Drake, and the revolution being televised is almost like Kendrick's peak, his pinnacle is stomping a man out lyrically all year and then celebrating at the biggest event of the year, and that is the revolution being televised. That is the end of the party that he said we would be watching die. I also really enjoy the lines, I got a big mouth, but he lacked big ideas, send him to the moon. That's just how I feel. I know he's not talking about me because I have a big mouth and big ideas. The song's great, by the way. All I've been doing is glazing because I have no complaints. It's just a great song. But what if I told you that it got even better? What if I told you were about to hear one of the greatest beat switches of all time and one of the most iconic moments in hip hop all year, again, from the same guy?
But it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. Hey. Hey.
Put that on that beat.
This must be why Kendrick is running 6 miles every morning. I don't think you all really understand how hard it is to yell like that and hold that exact note for that long. It's not easy. I was in high school choir. I know. Derapy. Also, could you imagine being in the studio with Kendrick and having no idea he's about to turn up like this? He gives you just a peek at his lyrics, and you see the word mustard, and you're like, oh, it's in all caps with an exclamation point. That's pretty cool. I guess he's going to shout out mustard.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Kendrick.
Thank you for this. Thank you for this moment, this sound, my editor and I, as well as all your fans. We appreciate this moment. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they disappearing. I'm in a city with a flag be getting thrown like it was past interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up an unmarked truck just to play freeze tag. With a boner pick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. Trying to show niggas the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seen the cosmetics. How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Nigga ran up by the Lux soon as up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, you could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling
This is another instance where we get a simple yet effective chorus. Man really said turn his TV off 8 times in a row, and it worked. He has similar hooks on Dodger Blue with the walk, 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 and on Peekaboo with the what they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about. Even on Squabble Up, where he just says squabble up, and the beat kind of carries, and he lets the beat breathe. Sometimes the simplest idea is the most effective. It gives you time to appreciate the instrumental and the overall vibe of the track. In the following verse, we get some tough bars about how there are no other kings in this rap thing. They siblings, nothing but my children. One shot, they disappeared. This is a reference to Notorious B.I.G.'s track, Kick in the Door. Kendrick believes the king title applies to him currently when it comes to rap. Many would concur. The past interference bar is pretty fun. I really enjoy the bar. I'm prophetic. They only talk about it. I get it. I personally vibe with this. Many talk about it.
People are saying.
I get it.
But we get it.
Ending the verse saying he'll walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling mustard. First of all, this bit is definitely going to go the hardest at the Super Bowl. That is, in fact, in New Orleans. I also feel like it could have been a subtle jab at Lil Wayne. He's bringing LA to your city, and he's yelling mustard. Then we get the part 2 chorus before we get this fun and highly quotable outro by Lefty Gunplay.
Turn his TV off, turn this TV off.
Shit get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, 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 crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Someone theorized that crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious could refer to the 4 tracks that were dropped on Drake's noggin. Euphoria goes crazy. 616 in LA is scary because you have a leak, Aubrey. Meet the Grams is spooky. Not Like Us is hilarious. Shout out to Chillin' with Moni, by the way. I saw that she made a post about this. Oh, and the song is a 10, by the way.
10.
It's the song I listened to the most from the album. This and Luther. I can't help it. The beat switch is crazy. The lyrics are great. The delivery is flawless. The hook doesn't overstay its welcome. Feature is perfect for the tone of the song. I have no notes. Sometimes I'm listening to other albums and this song just pops into my head and I stop everything and just listen to it. It's also placed really well in the track list. Reincarnated is so much to absorb. Then you get this fun track to just turn your brain off and turn up to. It's perfect. It's a 10.
10.
Now on to Dodger Blue.
White diamonds, 2 a.m. she wildin'. Bitches sick, got they stomach in her comments. What school you went to? Gardena, Compton. Westchester, King Drew, did we function? Little nigga, but that dog gave me that on pup. On my kids, I sock you niggas up. Have you ever took a fade and ran 3 more back to back? Oh, you haven't? Then shut the fuck up and keep it rap.
This feels like a very cool, laid-back, summer type track. It's a great vibe. And I will admit, on first listen, hearing this after the masterpiece that was Reincarnated and the generational banger that is TV Off, I kind of turned my nose up at it a little bit. I was like, this is kind of weak. But over time, it has definitely grown on me. The delivery matches the vibe of the instrumental, but I'd hope for some more range from Kendrick throughout the song.
Keep it rap. Bitch, I'm from the land. Don't say you hate LA when you don't travel past the 10. Am I tripping? Yes, I am. Meditate over some money. I see Franklin, I find Van. Bitch, I'm from the land. Don't say you hate LA, but live in LA and pretend. My neck on Tarantino, Alejandro Spike Lee. Just know you took the scenic route if you stand by me. Stupid.
I shouldn't like that part so much. But this song is about Kendrick's appreciation for Los Angeles. There are multiple references to very specific things about the city, and it almost doesn't even feel like my place to speak on it. If you're from the Los Angeles area, leave a comment about something said in the first verse or throughout the song that you just like immediately vibe with, like something that resonated with you as a Los Angeles native. Don't say you hate LA when you don't travel past the 10.
10.
Gardena, Compton, Westchester, King Drew, Then We Function, Bitch, I'm from the land. What do these things mean? The easy thing to do would be to just tap on hyperlinks on Genius and be like, this is what it means. I am not your teacher, though. I'm here to start a dialogue.
Boy, if you don't get...
Anyways, here's a chorus I love from Wally the Sensei, Roddy Ricch, and Siete.
7.
So fly in this bitch, 50 on me, don't die trying and shit. You know I'm up and down when I slide in this bitch. Beamers and the jets outside in this bitch. West side, get the money, yeah, that's for sure. Streets don't love you, better respect the code. Ain't no sleeping in on Sunday. If it's about the money, then my niggas on go.
When I walk in.
This is not a bad thing, but in my opinion, Kendrick is not the best part of this Kendrick Lamar song. Therefore, it's automatically disqualified from being one of the top songs on a Kendrick album. Also, that
West side, get the money, yeah, that's for sure. Streets don't love you, better respect the code.
The writing and delivery of these lyrics here are like my favorite. It's arguably my favorite bit from the song. And then when Kendrick and Ink come in, I'm actually feeling a little bit let down.
Oh yeah, break neck. It's unanimous. High pop shit.
When I walk in, hoes better get in check. You looking at a bad bitch, nothing less.
Walk, 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 walk. Tip, toe, pivot, walk, tip, toe, pivot, walk.
I appreciate Kendrick giving other people the opportunity to shine on a song that's on an album as big as this. But the performance, the actual vocal performance from Kendrick on this song just sounds tired, a little bit lazy to me. And Man at the Garden also had like a very similar kind of low tone, obviously with like a different melody and tempo and entire. It's a totally different song. But my point is, you can sound low and chill, and there still be like a harder effect that's like a greater impact coming from the delivery of the lyrics, if that makes sense. I just feel like Kendrick's contribution in this song compared to the other people on this song leaves a lot to be desired, and therefore it just kind of comes off as one of the weaker tracks in my opinion. Then we get another inclusion from some other people that are trying really hard to sound really good to close out the song.
Don't take it personal. You won't be the first to know. Just might be the first to go. Just might be. Ooh, don't take it personal. You won't be the first to know. Just might be the first to go. Just might be.
This is by no means a bad song, but I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this one.
7.
I don't skip it because it's so short, but I also don't come back to it maybe for the same reason. Maybe if it were longer and more fleshed out, it'd be a better track. Maybe if Kendrick put more energy into his own parts, or maybe had another verse, I'd be able to appreciate it more, but whatever though. Anyways, let's talk about the funniest Kendrick Lamar song I've ever heard.
Aye. What? Look.
Now, I would say one of the funniest parts of this song is the second word of this song. The way he says what is just so stupid to me.
What? Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Aye.
What they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about.
Of all the quotable things from this,
Aye.
Of all the quotable things from this album, I have found myself repeating this phrase more than any other line from any other track on this album. I have a problem. It's like compulsive. It's a tick. It's like my own personal Tourette's. It's out of control.
What they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about, what they talking about, they talking about.
I can't stop.
Peekaboo, I just put them bookers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Peekaboo, 7.62s, I make them plain. Peekaboo, popping out, you better not smell my name. Peekaboo, put 2 foreigns on the 405. Peekaboo, Kashi Pepper, if I'm doing pasta. Peekaboo, why you acting tough on IG Live? Peekaboo, you know my little niggas off they rocker.
This beat is so fun and bouncy and just inspires tomfoolery, chicanery, if you will. I'm going to be honest, I don't even really care what Kendrick's saying in this first verse. Drop your favorite bar from this first set of bars here. I'm just over here bobbing along, you feel me? Like, I do enjoy the 80 pointers like a Kobe game. That's fun. I like how he uses numbers multiple times in this set of bars. I like how he says, Peekaboo, why are you acting tough on IG Live? Which makes me imagine Kendrick Lamar just scrolling Instagram, stopping on somebody's IG Live who's like talking tough or being threatening and just commenting Peekaboo and then just continuing to scroll. Like, that's just a really hilarious visual to me. Genius says that this could be referring to Top 5, who is a associate of Drake's who may or may not have been threatening action against Kendrick and his people after his release from prison. This is just speculation. I don't actually know anything. This is just me reporting something that I saw. Also, if anybody's asking, I live in Des Moines, Iowa on a farm, underground. The flow is silly and it matches the beat and I'm having fun, but there are more surprises in store.
Peekaboo,
Surprise, bitch, it's that nigga chicken cheese.
Peekaboo.
Let me FaceTime my op, bitch, I'm up the street.
Peekaboo.
Yes, AGs, I'm putting something to sleep.
Peekaboo.
He on the ground, I praise God and start stumping feet.
Peekaboo.
I put 10 on his face, bitch, my shooter playing.
Peekaboo.
I hit it from the back, I told her move her hands.
Peekaboo.
Then slide my thumb in where her at.
Peekaboo.
On your top, I'm with dot, bitch, don't look back.
This is some of the wildest shit I've ever heard come from a feature. First of all,
1.
every time he says,
Surprise, bitch, it's that nigga chicken cheese.
I laugh every time because I actually am surprised every time he comes in. Next,
2.
let me FaceTime my op. Bitch, I'm up the street. Like, brother, settle down. Who are we talking about? And why are you taking time out of this Kendrick song to pose these threats? Then we get
3.
he on the ground. I praise God, which is fantastic.
He's praying for his recovery.
And start stomping feet. What are you doing? Let him up. Then we get a nice potential entendre here. I mean, it's still violent, but it's clever. I put 10 on his face.
10.
So like, 10 on your face, like, peekaboo. That seems pretty nice, pretty innocent. But also, it could be that he's putting 10 racks on this man's soul like a bounty. It's not good. Then this whole slide my thumb in where her up at.
What do you mean by that?
Now, I have no clue what he's referring to, right?
Me neither.
Just no idea.
I looked it up.
Maybe she has like a stuffy nose. He's trying to help her out. I don't know, right? And I'm not going to speculate. It's none of my business. But I do laugh every time I hear it. This verse is nuts. Then we get another chorus.
What they talking about, I know what they talking about, know what they talking about.
And Kendrick spits to close this song, just an all-time verse. Right up there with the Kanye verse on Lift Yourself. Just really special stuff.
Hey, that's my bitch. Hey, that's my bitch. Hey, with all that fake shit. Hey, ain't the one to play with. Hey. Pull off in a lamb, double pocket all that tams. Mister, get off on your mans. If he hate you disrespect, you better follow up with hands. Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up, I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I would not hold your hand.
Can I be real with y'all? When I heard him say
bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam,
I was like, is this one of the verses of all time? My feeling is that it probably is, and if you don't get it, then, I mean, the type of shit he's on, you wouldn't understand. Also, to go along with the
whatever though,
also something else that has been added to my daily discourse, my daily dialogue is hi. Every time something's not going my way, every time I feel like somebody's made a mistake, first thing that comes to mind, it's pretty cool that Kendrick decided to become a rapper, because he really could have just been a funny guy. He could have been a talented comedic actor. He could have been a voice actor. He could have been a stand-up comedian. This shit is peak comedy. It's absurd.
Mister, get up on your man.
We're watching a master at work. This is a perfect song. I haven't even finished it yet. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's 10. And if you want to fight about it, then FaceTime me. I'm right up the street. Don't make me hit you with that.
Beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, beep.
Oh, my bad, wrong one.
Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Yeah.
Let's finish the song. This is too much. Be serious.
Broke bitch business, I cannot be your man. Never got his ass whooped until we open up that can. Damn, alley hoop me bands, I'm a slam. Jam freak bitch, I like my Mac touching yams. Pet that option around me, I'ma tell you turn it off. Heard what happened to your mans, not sorry for your loss. Should've prayed before them shooters came and nailed to the cross. I let your boy get a pass, bitch, you lucky you saw, for real.
10.
Peekaboo is a perfect song.
10.
If we're bumping GNX and you skip Peekaboo, I mean, that's okay. You might be a good person, but are you my kind of person? Not really.
Beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo.
I'm just out here trying to have fun. I appreciate you all tapping in.
And we're not done yet.
Derapy.
Load up the Pro Tools and press 3. Studio filled with Jack in the Box and Pepsis. Niggas watching Warstar videos, not the SBs. Laughing at B-pump or stomach turning. I get up and proceeded to write something.
From the jump, we get a beat that is sweet, wholesome, and nostalgic. We have production from Soundwave, Jack Antonoff,
Juju the Fool,
and Imtech. Kendrick starts the track saying, load up the Pro Tools and press 3.
3.
In case you didn't know, Pro Tools is kind of the standard DAW that's used for artists, professional artists at least. DAW, by the way, is Digital Audio Workstation. The DAW that's used for my show is the free version of GarageBand.
It gets the job done.
Kendrick paints the picture of back in the day when the studio was filled with Jack in the Box, Pepsi, and dudes watching World Star videos. The good old days. Man, I love World Star hip hop.
World Star!
Proceeded to write some Absol in the corner, mumbling raps, fumbling packs of Blackie Mouse, crumbling Kush till he cracked a smile. His words legendary, wishing I could rhyme like him. Studied this style to define my pen. That was back when the only goal was to get J-Rock through the door. Warner Brother Records, hope Naeem Ali would let us know. Was excited just to go to them label meetings. Was it my record deal? But still, I couldn't believe it. Me and Rock inside the booth hibernating. It was simple math. If he made it, that mean I made it. Everything I had was for the team. I remained patient, grinding with my brothers. It was us against them, no one above us. Bless our hearts.
The reason many people believe that this isn't actually an album or they're expecting more music to drop is because this track is titled Heart Part 6, and
He usually drops the heart songs before the albums.
but hey, look.
We do not care.
I'd argue this song arguably has more heart and depth than just about any other song on this project. It describes a simpler time when Kendrick looked up to Ab-Soul and wanted to rhyme like him. Kenny looks back fondly on times when the goal was just for somebody in their group to make it out, their group being TDE, their group being Black Hippie. If you came up with friends that shared similar creative interests, you kind of know what this is like. I had and still have kind of a group of friends, and we would all root for just somebody to make a name for themselves creatively. I love the way this verse ends with grinding with my brothers, it was us against them, no one above us, bless our hearts. While I don't think that many, if any, lines in this song are meant to respond to this other guy that made a different version of this song,
this Epstein angle was the shit I expected.
I think its very essence is the response. The track existing is the response in and of itself. Kendrick is pulling from real moments and real memories with the bros, with the guys, and saying, this is our truth. And he'll continue to talk about them and Dave Free as well. But first, the chorus.
Nigga Dave had a champagne Acura.
The hook is gorgeous, sampling the 1996 song Use Your Heart by SWV with the assist from Coco. That's C-O-K-O. The hook follows the theme of the song. It fits beautifully. Use your heart, not your eyes. If you got time, I got time. Free your thoughts and watch them fly. I also love how the harmonies from the end of the chorus flow into the next verse, and it kind of fades down underneath Kendrick's rapping. It's just expertly done from like a mixing and mastering and engineering standpoint, etc., etc.
My nigga Dave had a champagne Acura, a bunch of instrumentals I freestyled in the passenger. That nigga wore several hats, a producer, manager, director, and DJ. A hi-hat, squabbling bloods, pyrus, and keyways. For this little thing of ours we call TDE, I watch him take some penitentiary chances to say the least. Remember in the county building with mixed by Ali, we tried to freak the system just to make a couple ends meet. That's my nigga for shit show. He brought Q over, but Q didn't rap, but he learned from our inspo. We split Louisiana chicken riverboat special, sleeping next to O2 our consoles to be our refuge. He was homeless and I left home. Q said, Dot, you won't be slept on, you the nigga to bet on. Top had given us dominion in the home he lived in, hoping that we see some millions, God bless our hearts.
So I love the way the piano comes in at the end of the verse there. Also, a lot of the previous verse is dedicated to Dave Free. Yes, the same Dave Free who Drake claims impregnated Kendrick's partner Whitney.
Dave Free.
Insane work. Kendrick remembers freestyling in Dave's whip when they were all coming up together.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind or die from less shout.
He compliments Dave on all the roles that he played in Kendrick's life as a producer, manager, video director, hype man, etc. I find this song and this verse in particular just incredibly endearing. Schoolboy Q is also mentioned, and the details that Kendrick uses to describe their time together, like the food they ate, where they slept, the motivation they gave each other, like it's...
Was that a sneeze?
Despite Kendrick not putting on like a legendary rap performance, I find the songs to just be extremely sweet and wholesome. Now we're going to skip the hook and hit our final verse.
Punch played Phil Jackson in my early practices. Strategies on how to be great amongst the averages. I picked his brain on what was ordained. Highly collaborative. Rep pushed the label the same amongst the savages. Moose kept my name in the function that he would run in. Tease kept the vultures away from me that was coming. Soundwave let me borrow his clothes for shows as a hype man. They cook up in his room till the night ends.
I would just like to take a moment to explain how to write good rap songs. You'll notice that the end of each bar rhymes. Practices, averages, collaboratives, savages, which is fine, pretty good, pretty impressive. But also there are rhymes halfway through each one of these bars. Great, ordain, label, the same. 2 rhyme schemes per bar, and none of it sounds awkward or forced. Also, Kendrick says Punch played Phil Jackson, basically Kendrick's coach. Phil Jackson was a legendary basketball coach who also coached the Lakers, Los Angeles, where Kendrick is from. The comparison is basketball and rhyming. This is why Kendrick said early practices, just like how basketball players have practice, then use the word averages because that's how basketball players are measured, their statistics based on their average per game, points per game, rebounds, assists, etc. All while this is happening, Kendrick is telling a true story about Punch, Rhett, Moose, Tease, and Soundwave. Just in case you thought I didn't pick up on all the internal rhymes and storytelling, songs don't have to be bangers or be lyrical miracles or be like rapped exceptionally fast in order to be an exceptional rap track. Anyways, let's continue.
Till the night ends, time flies. I'm carrying debates of a top 5, burying my ops and allies. But I done a half job communicating feelings of being stagnant. Life was getting bigger than just rapping. The business, what I was lacking. Top used to record me back when it was poor me. And now we at the round table for what assures me. I guess my motivation was the yearning for independence. Poured everything I had left in the family business. Now it's about Kendrick. I want to evolve. Place my skill set as a black exec. I jog my memory knowing black hippie didn't work cause of me. Creatively I moved on with new concepts in reach.
K-Dot then talks about the progression of his career. He says he transitioned into top 5 debates, burying ops and allies. I think this refers to his exceptional rap talent, allowing him to beat down obvious ops like Drake or J. Cole. And by op, I mean person challenging him for king of rap in the modern day, as well as allies, which is people he has like no personal issues with, but he sees as competition, like Tyler the Creator, Wale back in the day, Jay Electron, you know, people on the Controlverse, right? Kendrick says that Top, that being Top Dog, used to record me back when it was poor me, which he means literally, as in he used to be financially poor, but also when others or himself may have looked down on him because he hadn't really popped out like that yet. Now he aspires to be more of an executive. He says that Black Hippie, the group that he used to be a part of, did not work or blow up the way they should have because of him. Apparently, Black Hippie never really got out a full collaborative project, and Kendrick takes responsibility for that because he was too locked in on his own solo work, which is fair.
With new concepts in reach. Top, remember Harlem sessions? We would strategize, then hit the streets, then come back, record 3 records. To tell the truth, it fucked me up when D-Man passed. The motive was the condolences, but the pride crashed. I had to bypass old mythologies I had. Put my heart on display like it was an iMac. To how my young niggas let me be the demonstration. How to conduct differences with a healthy conversation. If that's your family, then handle it as such. Don't let the socials gas you up, but let emotions be your crush. Pick up the phone and bust it up before the history is lost. Hand to hand shake is good when you have a heart to heart.
Use your heart and not your eyes. Baby, just relax your mind.
Kendrick's Heart Part 6 is a beautiful song. It has great lyricism, storytelling, production, and vibe. I'm honestly feeling a light to decent 9 on it.
9.
While it's one of the highlights from the album, it doesn't have the raw energy and rap performance of Reincarnated or TV Off. It doesn't entertain me in the same way that Peekaboo's humor or Hey Now's energy and quotable lines do. I don't think the song is necessarily for me, though, Derek. It's for people that have closely followed Kendrick since the early 2010s, the OG fans, his OG friends. I can admire and respect the endeavor while saying personally for me, it's not one of his best songs ever. I do love it though. It's a fantastic track and it is not a skip by any means. Now, speaking of songs that people would never skip, let's talk about this GNX track.
Tell him Kendrick did it. Hey, who showed you how to run a blitz? Tell him Kendrick did it. Who put the West back in front of shit? Tell him Kendrick did it. Hey, I'm tripping and I'm loving it. Tell him Kendrick did it. Like, why? Hi.
What does it mean that this is my favorite part of the song?
Hi.
First time I heard this song, I'm not gonna lie, beat was giving me a headache. Like, I hated it. Has it grown on me a little bit? Nah. A little bit, I guess. I still don't really like it. But Kendrick starts the song with the chorus, which is smart because it's probably the peak of the song. He's tripping. He's loving it. That's cool. Then we get a verse from Peso after Kendrick finishes the chorus.
Have you ever been a joint and you know it? Have you ever had to flip your unemployment? On the dead guys, nigga, I ain't going.
Ayy, on the dead ones. We're treated in the mingle like some breadcrumbs. All of my killers on go like who shed some red rum. All I think about when I see heads come. Do my dance, hit the top when I see ops go. Let them claim it, we the ones who really pop, bro. Gon' televise it, we the one who land chops, blow ops. No, let them piss them off and it's a flop show. Murder man, singing murder music off a murder van. Beat the pushy up like I've been celebrating, not murder sin.
Hey, I don't care about this verse. It's not terrible, but it's not good to me. I won't skip the song because that would be rude. But to pretend this verse is essential to the album would be disingenuous, and that's not me. Please leave a comment how this guy saying he'll beat it up like he's celibate continues the overarching narrative of the album, or how he broke her heart and you're the type to go and fix it. It's fine. I don't hate it. I just don't care. Let him claim it. We the ones who really popped, bro? Huh? Did you know that we can hear you? We get another hook from Kendrick with a Peso assist. They brag about running a blitz and putting the West back in front of shit. And we get a little hi. And then we move on to Hitta, J3, and Kendrick Lamar in the second verse.
Have you ever had to flip your unemployment? On the dead guys, nigga, I ain't going.
How about suicide doors? It's the hitter, man. You don't wanna see them doors sliding on the caravan. I know killers who was catching bodies in our one fade.
I was 13 up at Avalon, popping chains.
14, ride mini bikes with some dead friends. 21, flag on my head like a Taliban. 25, feeling like that box, it was full of sand. At the cemetery, fucked up, that's where I could've been. 142nd, I'm connected like I'm Rosecrans. Kinda shit I seen, try forgetting I would pop a Zan up at scores doing fouls. Sacrifices like a boxing ring, can't throw in a towel. Pistol packets, it's a child.
I like this verse much better. The way he starts the bars with the age and talks about how he would define it with one line about what he was doing at the time. It's a cool device, and Kendrick is on the assist with a bar or two throughout. He starts from 13, gets up to 25, and then talks about 142nd, the street. It's an effective verse. It's not bad at all. It almost distracts you from, that beat that I love so much. We get a hook from Kendrick, who is without a doubt still tripping.
And he's loving it.
Hey, I'm tripping and I'm loving it.
This last verse, man, I'm just not a fan. There is a funny bit towards the start where he says he's on his Rob the Builder shit. And I kind of exhale through the nose a bit. It's a little funny. But then I remember that I don't care. And it's usually around the part where I skip to the next song. Call me what you want. I know this is somebody's favorite song. It's just not mine. The energy is good. The message is, I get it. You and the homies messing around in the whip, the GNX, the bass is knocking, you're freestyling. I promise I understand. I don't like it. I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6.
6.
The weakest track on the album, in my opinion. Not sorry.
Damn.
Seated Anita and you.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Please tell me that you've listened to this song before you listen to part 4 of this album review where I talk in depth about the last song on the album. This is your last chance to go listen to the song before I say what I'm about to say.
3, 2, 1.
That was your last chance. Okay. This song is about Whitney, Kendrick's partner, and about his writing ability, his pen, his relationship with his craft, his songwriting ability. So let's take that knowledge and listen to this song called Gloria.
Featuring SZA.
Me and my bitch got a complicated relationship. She's so controlling, I notice it ain't no playing with her. I met her when I was off the porch as a teenager. She said one day I would write my wrongs in seed paper. We started out young, looking for some identity. Made 1,000 mistakes, but never did we like chemistry. Wrapping my hand around your waist, that was back when you did whatever I say. Dreams of selling narcotic, running black or robbing banks.
I should have told my editor to start an account for how many punny type bars we get about writing and writing utensils and paper, but whatever. I'm gonna let it slide. Kendrick talks about his writing like she's a woman, refers to her as she, says he would eventually right his wrongs and see paper. Get it?
Yeah.
He talks about being young and making thousands of mistakes, which we all do as a child and as writers in school or personally. He talks about wrapping his hand around her waist, which is kind of like a pencil or pen's like entire body, really. He says back in the day, he used to dream of slinging that Chapel Roan, running blocks and robbing banks like Captain Cold out here. Young Kendrick was really on a path of serious treachery if this music thing didn't take off, I tell you. So thank goodness.
Running block or robbing banks. I was in love with you, didn't know what it was. With you, kiss you in back of the class just to get a buzz with you. Some niggas wanted you, but they weren't committed. Preoccupied playing John Madden and bullshitting. Remember when Granny died? You looked at me and said, baby, dry your eyes. Depend on me as your relief. Let your anger be mine. We was locked in ever since then. So territorial, he even took me away from my friends.
Second half of this verse, he could be talking about his pen game or his partner Whitney, or both. He talks about being in love, kissing in the back of his class, others wanting her, but they were too busy playing Madden and bullshitting. Some of us still are playing Madden and bullshitting. He could be talking about how some didn't perfect their craft or apply themselves because they were too distracted, or he could be saying he only bagged his forever girl because he was so locked in. It's really up for interpretation. You let me know. In the meantime, here's a chorus from Rock, Paper, Scissor.
Scared of forever, you know nothing else is gonna pass. I scared that you know. Whenever you want me, you got me to the end of time. Scared that you know.
Said you go see other people if I didn't grow with you. When no more holding them pistols in front of stores with you. You want reality, not tragedy, for sure I get you. To tell the truth, I've been getting used to what open-minded people do. In 2014, I went to Africa, baby. You was my passenger, my eyes and ears for all it is. The neighborhood that baffled us. Of course, I had to wrap it up. I didn't fully trust you. Fabrication had discussion, then you blocked me. I said, fuck you.
Nigga, what?
I love him talking about blocking someone and using it as a metaphor for writer's block. Very clever, in my opinion. When Kendrick raps about his passenger to Africa, as many of you may know, Kendrick went to Africa around 2014, where he had a true awakening, threw out like an album's worth of songs, and then decided to do To Pimp a Butterfly based off of experiences that he had with the people and the culture there. I talk a lot about this in the definitely almost finished series of episodes I have talking about To Pimp a Butterfly. I also think an underrated bit of this verse is towards the beginning, where Kendrick says, you gonna see other people if I don't grow with you. I think it's safe to say Kendrick couldn't eat for like a decade plus off of the Good Kid, Mad City type raps. His writing had to evolve, his mindset, his approach. That's why Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers sounds drastically different from To Pimp a Butterfly, which sounds drastically different from Good Kid, Mad City, and none of them sound like GNX. Next, we get an interlude where SZA, as Kendrick's pen, is snapping.
Nigga, what? I gave you life. I breathe the motherfucking charisma in this bitch. I bring the blessings. I gave you power. Nigga, I bring the rainfall. I gave you hustle.
Then fall right back and love the very moment that I touch you.
It just occurred to me, as I almost wrote a joke about my relationship with my editor.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
That Kendrick is really writing what sounds like someone who has an appreciation for his craft would write. Like, it sounds like he's just recognizing how important writing is to his ability and his success. It's really sick if you don't think about it that much. But if you really think about it, dude is low-key writing about how good he is at writing. It would be like me scripting a bit with my editor about how good I am at making podcasts. I know that's not like the most fun way to look at the last track of this album, but I just have to be honest with you about the realizations that I'm having as I listen to this song and I look at all the different creative ways in which Kendrick talks about this relationship with his pen, with his writing ability. Like, it's very interesting. It's a good concept, but I don't know if it's how I would want to end an album like GNX. I mean, I'm not the one making the album. I'm just listening to it and talking about it. But I think from Maybe I just have this specific perspective as somebody that also creates stuff. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that.
Go to the comments.
Anyways, after the interlude, we get another hook, and then we get our last verse of the album.
You are spontaneous, firecracker, plus our love is dangerous. Life of passion, laughing at you lose your temper, slightly crashing, dumbing off the ill reaction. Ain't no disrespect, highly sensitive, possessed, so protect you even when it's tragic. So jealous, hate it when I hit the club to get some bitches. Wrote them off, rather see me hit the church and get religious. Who you fooling? I know what you doing, you my contradiction. Remember when you caught that body and still wiggle through that sins? Loved you more, when you flip and lose your shit, I hug you more. It's sexy to me, cuss they ass out and hold that grudge some more. Down, bitch, I know your favorite movie. Is it Notebook?
Come on, dog. I know your favorite movie. Notebook.
Oh, brother.
Because he's writing about his...
So good, if they all sub me, get them all booked, my baby boo. You either heal niggas or you kill niggas. Both is true. It takes some tough skin just to deal with you. Logical explanation don't exist. Flipping pages, chapter after chapter. Probably remarry and head to Vegas. Bitches getting marked out. They can't erase our history. They margins ain't big enough. They all led by bigotry. My woman in my right hand, my saint and my sin. Ain't no bitch like my bitch, cause that bitch been my pen.
Gloria! 8, 9.
A strong 8 to a light 9 is how I feel about Gloria. I'm leaning more strong 8.
8.
This album, as well as an album like Chromacopia, have grown on me with time. Where I ended with my initial review with Chromacopia was a strong 8 flirting with a light 9. And I have that same feeling at the end of GNX, even though I've given it a lot more time. The project as a whole is phenomenal. Maybe it's too much to ask for albums to end on a classic like Are We Still Friends on Igor, or Duckworth on Damn, or even, hell, That Power at the end of Childish Gambino's Camp. Like, that song just leaves me kind of like speechless. Like, it feels like it changed me. But let's keep it to Kendrick. In a live stream, we discussed how the album might need a little bit more time to breathe before we start comparing it to other albums. Well, not for me. I've been talking about this album every week, 3 songs a week. That's a month straight of just talking about this music, listening to it critically, reading the lyrics, looking at some of the meetings, looking at the producers and the stories behind the songs. And I can say this confidently. The highs are remarkably high, but I think even Kendrick would admit, if you put him on a lie detector, it's probably not his best work. It doesn't start as good as Wesley's Theory for Free and King Kunta. It doesn't end with a triumphant banger like Compton. It doesn't end with a twist that blows you away like Duckworth on Damn. It doesn't have the catharsis of Mirror or the emotional depth of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And I know that some people just be like, it's apples to oranges on a lot of these joints, but I will say GNX, I will give it this. It does have bangers. It has a great middle. TV Off, Reincarnated, Peekaboo, Hey Now. I even love Squabble Up from the jump. Like, my honest opinion, I'm settling at kind of a similar place that I started at the beginning of this tangent. It just feels like the strongest of 8s to a light 9, something like that.
8, 9.
To me, just rapping about how good you are at writing raps for a closer is just not really giving me what I need in terms of closure for the album, especially after the miss that is GNX, in my opinion. And, you know, the wholesome and humble Heart Part 6. Yeah, so strong 8 to a light 9 on the album. But it is a great album. But I don't know if it will go down as a classic. You know what I mean? But let me know what you think. This is my favorite thing about being a YouTuber. Please let me know what you think in the comments. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this album? I have to stop yapping at some point. If you're still here after almost 2 hours, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like the video. Leave 5 stars if you're on a podcast app. And a special treat for those who stuck around for the end of the supercut. Guess what album we're doing a 4-part series on next? I'll give you just a little hint.
So bright, I like the